Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing. Good pre-sunrise on this 5th day of November, on the last month of autumn, as we approach the wintertime season on an increasingly clear and light morning after a dark, scary, cold, frosty overnight, right? It's Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, as we said, on our way to 9 million subscribers, right? Marching our way towards monetization. But you fucks, real quick in a morning rant, have to ask yourself one question. What the fuck is going on in this country, right? You guys think this inflation is transitory still? Huh? You schmucks. You still believe the gangster Jerome Powell? Huh? The fleece heister and shyster Janet Yellen? And the general in command asleep at the wheel, communist Joe Biden, and the rest of these scumbags that you guys call the United States government, but I call a criminal organization, because nobody there follows the Constitution or the rule of law. They are outside of it, not just an inch outside of it. They are a world outside of the Constitution and power that is given to them by the Bill of Rights in the Constitution, right? Because this used to be a constitutional republic, and you guys got to wake the fuck up in America and Europe, especially Australia. Look what's going on there. Your freedoms are gone. I don't even know what you had freedoms to begin with, but they're gone. You got nothing left there, right? You guys got to wake up. This is going to get much, much worse. If you think four forced vaccinations of this new vaccine that they're coming out with to fight some kind of virus they're talking about out there, right? If you think the 4 minimum vaccines from that new mystery virus they're talking about is not a problem, wait till it's 10 for that mysterious virus. Then wait till they go to, if you're morbidly obese or just somewhat obese, based on the government's doctors, because now that they control our health, right? They're in the health insurance industry after Obamacare was unconstitutionally put into law, right? Outside the legislation, right? And legislators. One day they're going to work their way into very soon. Oh, I noticed that you just had a heart attack, ma'am. But we noticed that you're 5'11" and 375 pounds. And we have it documented. In 2026, we told you to lose weight and eat better. In 2027, we told you to eat weight and exercise and live better, or you're going to have a heart attack. Now it's 2031 and you've had that heart attack. We're sorry, just like you're seeing now from these brainwashed communist scumbags and the health department refusing life-saving medical treatment to non-vaccinated people or an unvaccinated person that refuses a vaccine upon arrival to the hospital. This is authoritarianism. This is segregation, and this only gets much, much worse. Inflation's not going down. The rights and freedoms you gave away for a paid vacation and a $600 check from the government in 2020 of March, those freedoms in the country you thought you mistakenly were dreaming and thought you lived in, where you had individual liberty and freedom, right? You had control over your own body and what you put into it. Well, you're wrong. You were in dreamland, and the people that were telling you that this country was all a facade and the freedoms you thought you had were really only privileges and could be revoked by the ruling class and leaders of this criminal organization in Washington at any time, at any moment, for any reason, right? And now you're seeing it and come out in full force. Post 9/11, they came out of the closet a little bit with their true agenda. Post-COVID, it gave them all the reason in the world to go full-on communist, full-on Soviet Union. And like I was telling you before, wage and price controls. I got some videos out from several months ago when this pandemic started. And when I first brought this channel to the air, it's in hedging and investing with Vincenzo. You're going to have wage and price controls coming, right? It's just going to happen. Because it's not a supply chain problem. That's not the problem on why you got all this inflation and why you got product shortages. And when you go to the grocery store, they tell you there's no problems. Well, why are all the shelves empty? Huh? Can you explain that to me? Criminals, Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, we're substantially above our 2% goal. No shit, Jerome Powell. Oil's nearing $90 a barrel, right? Food and energy are skyrocketing, right? Natural gas is in a worldwide shortage. And you have criminal, crony, communist Joe Biden, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, right? Gavin Newsom in California, the scumbags in Illinois, and the scumbags surround Wisconsin, all working together to shut down a vital natural gas pipeline that's needed to supply heating oil and fuel and energy to make it through the brutally cold winters in the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, and Northeast, right? These people will freeze to death even in a mild winter without energy, without heat. You will freeze to death in your own home, in Detroit, in Chicago, in Minneapolis, in Sault Ste. Marie, in Buffalo, New York, in Cleveland, Ohio, right? Chicago, Illinois, South Bend, Indiana. You will freeze to death in your homes without heat in the wintertime. I don't care if it's a mild winter or not. You will still freeze to death in your own home if you do not have heat. And these communists have destroyed and disrupted our energy supply, right? I was at a pump yesterday here in communist Illinois where I'm working in central Illinois, the greater Bloomington metropolitan area, right? Petroleum shortage on the pump. Who caused that? Joe Biden. The communists. The authoritarians that are running the world. And you countries, look at Australia. Look how sad that is. America, we're going in the way of Australia. It's no coincidence that we've made a new alliance with the Australians, with Joe Biden, right? Because we're going to be going the way of Australia. Your freedoms, your constitutional protections are gone. And unfortunately, like I tried to tell you sheep back when this all started, you'll never get that back. It's gone forever. It's very easy to lose your freedom. It's almost impossible to get it back once you give it up, right? And you guys gave it up for the illusion of security and safety and for $600 and a paid vacation, right? You guys partied it away in March, April, May, and June of 2020 thinking things were great, right? Well, now you wake up 19 months later and it's a disaster. And this disaster is not going to get better. It can't get better. It will only get worse. And as the currency, which is 1 second away from folding, and all you people on your 401ks and your IRAs, right? And whatever that other nonsense is that they guarantee you a return, but you can't lose money when you're in retirement age and annuity, you're going to go bankrupt. Unfortunately, you're going to go bankrupt. And there will be no retirement because the U.S. dollar is collapsing. And it's going to collapse. It's going to be worthless. It already is worthless, but it's going to be even more worthless than it is now. And all that money in your IRA and all that, an annuity, right? Anytime somebody says they can guarantee you a 7% year-over-year return with no downside and no risk of losing your money or losing any money, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's as simple as that. It's a scam. And that shows you the financial education and the laziness of this overall country and nation. They're stupid. Oh, remember BitConnect? They told you they'd get you 10% a year. 10% a year. No risk. What happened? You lost it all because it was a fraud, right? If the market collapses and the U.S. dollar's gone, in terms of value and purchasing power, your annuity's worthless, your 401k's worthless, your stocks are worthless. It's all worthless as you're seeing now, and it's being systematically wiped out. As all around you, you're having higher wages, the biggest wage increase in a long time last year and this year. But somehow the workers are broker than they were before they got these historic wage increases. Where minimum wage now for Amazon is $20, right across the board. The old $10 in 2019 minimum wage is $20 now. But the guy making $20 in 2021 is way, way worse off and in worse poverty than the guy making $10 an hour in 2019. Because inflation around you, like it always does, is rising faster than the wages can go up. Because if you go into your work this year and ask for a 10% wage increase, even if you haven't had a raise in a few years. But then inflation rises 8% this year, 6% next year. You can't ask for another 10% raise next year. They won't give it to you. So you're not down 10%, even after a 10% raise in 2 years. You're down 10% from where you were 2.5 years prior, before you ask for any wage increases. That's what happens. But you people just don't have the understanding and education and the knowledge on what's going on, because you've been brainwashed by the criminal organization in Washington, in Europe, and all around the world, by the dog and pony show that they dangle on TV and their nice suits with their fancy stories and fear-mongering where they bring up when they're trying to push vaccinations, or when they try to push closing down the country due to the virus. They go right to some old fat guy that died. Look at this guy suffer. Then when the people refused to stay home and didn't take it serious, they had to try to make up stories, which some of them were found to be false. They would go to some hospital where someone's on a ventilator. Then when people said the kids are fine, they try to find one kid that died to play off the emotion of the ignorant sheep that are out there, that follow the herd, that can be pushed and emotionally moved at the drop of a hat when you have a state-run media with an unlimited budget, and they're all on the same side, and they all push the same agenda, right? And throw out propaganda at the same time, simultaneously, over and over again. The sheep and the intellectual brain-dead numbskulls that continue to watch them fall right into the trap, and they're essentially being led to their slaughter. I'll get up to date on some coins a little later on. Not much is going on, as you can see it in the background. But we'll go into the coins extensively as I get into work and get on my beautiful laptop. The people seem to like that better. So we're going to start doing more and more of our Bitcoin videos and crypto and technical analysis and the stock market and all that fun stuff on the laptop, because I think it's an overall better experience for you, yes, you, the viewer. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. This is a morning rant. Peace and love. Peace and love.